This is my mess. This is my glorious mess. So, what we have here is a 250cc fuel-injected moped that has had its brains removed and transplanted. I'm going to have the brain sitting in here right now. But anyway, my goal for this morning is to clean up some wiring, install a wideband on it, and just kind of tidy up some of this here. Relay the fan, the pump, and the coil. I talked about that, last video that I did, video clip that I did. Here I'm asking, what's the next iteration? Okay, because this is not excuse me, this is not obviously a 50cc GY6, right? This is not this. How is that applicable to this? It is 100% applicable. The control board, brain, most of the other components are going to be, almost direct swap similar. I guess you could almost plan on having a wideband O2 sensor. It's going to increase the cost, $100, but it's not going to be narrowband, so it doesn't matter. It's not going to matter how far off you are when you start. It's still going to know and be able to help you out. Sticking with off-the-shelf parts, this ain't that. The parts for this thing are ridiculous, right? They're not even fun to talk about price-wise. So it's not going to be this. But they're all similar enough, right? We're running one cylinder. We're running one O2 sensor. We're probably going to end up being like an oil temp sensor. So, right? I mean, it's going to be a wasted coil on plug. Going to have to find a different coil on plug for the GY6. The Volkswagen plug is just going to be too long. It's not terrible here, but it could be a little shorter. Just plucking away. What is going to be incorporated into the GY6 version, right? What outputs and stuff. So, I want to hear from you. What do you want to see? I mean, the basic thing is going to be you plug in the intake onto the GY6 and plug in a couple of boards and it starts up. Not perfect, not great, but starts up and putters around, and go from there, right? Because every GY6 is different. You take your filter off, swap your exhaust, there's going to be no CDI. You're going to be the CDI. So we'll keep plugging along today. See if that factory battery really is fried. Do some wideband testing. I don't have the brain in. Anyway, tell me what you need on your GY6 EFI project, right? I mean, I know that sounds, silly, right? Well, what could I need? Well, I know some people actually want to have a nitrous output, right? I'm obviously going to have boost control, right? I mean, so I don't know. I don't know what, maybe, I mean, does anybody tack their actual I guess you got RPM and you got wheel speed. You could determine your gear ratio, couldn't you? Yeah, that'd be kind of cool, actually. You know, what can we do? Brake input, kickstand input, safeties. Like this guy here, it won't get past the engagement point of the clutch, right? Like it won't rev up to the clutching, well, factory. It wouldn't rev up to the engagement point of the clutch if the small kickstand was down. Only if the big one was down. So I mean, that was cool. That could save you. Let me know.